Well, here's where we're at today. We did some work to this payloader here. In the last video, we ended up rebuilding the steering cylinders. We resealed the hydraulic drive motor for the fan. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace that front piece of glass. It's just the center piece that's broken, and we've got a new piece of glass over here on this barrel. So we're gonna get that on there. We ended up washing this up here last night. Things look a little cleaner inside, and then come Monday, today is July 5th, come Monday we'll have to get the new bushings for those steering cylinders. So Lucas is going to remove a couple of lights. They are in the way. And then he'll cut the sealant off. We'll put some new glue on there and set that piece of glass in there. The other thing that we're working on, Jared's getting this transmission buttoned up in this truck here. And we are going to paint the frame on the Mac. We're going to prime it and we're going to get it painted. Damien has been working here and there getting the frame sandblasted, and he's got that done. And now it is ready for paint, as you can see. So that's what we're going to work on. We're going to get this primed and painted, and we're going to get that windshield in. What'd that do, jump off? Two don't break one of these other windows. Back up. There. That's not gonna fucking work there. Grab onto this, but be very careful. You know, grab it, don't let it slide in your hand, okay? You got it?
Put her in that box.
Yeah, there you go. Toss it in that box. Alright, why don't you get that Milwaukee vacuum cleaner? Alright, so we've got the old piece of glass removed. We don't really have the right tools to do this stuff, but need a longer razor blade than what I had. That was a little bit of a mongrel, but you want a bigger hole cut in that? We got Lukens up there putting the glue on. This just glues on the top and on the bottom. Here is the frickin' battery got too hot on this GoPro and it kicked off. But for the most part, we got that piece of glass out in one big piece. We need to print up a new label. 26,710 oil change. So this machine has 26,500 and some odd hours on it. And we need to get a decal made up so we know when to change the oil. Or we'd have to look in the computer. We've got a new wiper blade to put on this as well. And this is the new piece of glass here. So he's got the glue and getting ready. And then we'll put it into place.
Ready for it? Last.
Hold it out so that he can go up with it. Alright, what you're gonna do, get it up as high as you can, Lucas, and then bring it over to the bottom, and then come almost down to where you're touching. Are you still got enough room at the top? Okay. Try to push her in. Alright, over here at the bottom, Damien, hold your finger on that. We don't want it to touch the bottom. Push it up some. Yeah, right there. And then how is your gap here? Lucas, are you centered? You got it? So it's got to go.
Alright. Good. It's even.
You leave them handles right on there. Maybe I got a green strap. I wonder if we come down and through it and to hold it up a little bit.
Yep.
And then
You want a bag?
All right, this is a job that is just about done. Got it glued into place without dropping it. Our suction cup handles did the job they were supposed to do. They're just cheap Harbor Freight ones. Now what he's doing is he's just putting a piece of silicone or window glue down in between the two pieces of glass. We've got the strap on there just kind of holding it somewhat in place. You'll get that silicone down through there, and we'll leave this in here overnight, and by tomorrow morning be able to put it in service. The wiper arm, we weren't sure if we had to take that off, and we found out we did have to take it off. And I don't know where I set it. I set it over here, but it needs to be replaced. This one arm, the little lever that the spring hooks to, is mucho broken. Unless that's sitting on the floor here somewhere. I don't think so though. We'll look around for it, but I don't think so. All right, so for the most part the windshield is in. That's just gonna have to sit for tonight. Jared's working on this transmission. He's about ready to put drive shafts in, and this truck over here is ready to spray primer on it. So we'll just give you a glance at what this looks like. We got the cab half-assed, covered up, and we're just going to shoot this like that. We've got to do the cab later, and we'll just cover the frame up. We're having to do this frame now because it is sandblasted, and if you leave this metal like this too long, it'll just start to rust up. So the primer is the same color as what the frame is right now, that raw steel. So we'll cover it in primer, and then we'll let that dry and throw red paint on it. All right, so we've got all of our primer installed. And this is like 15 minutes after we painted it. It is like optimum conditions here for drying paint and primer and what have you. So I've got some red paint shaken up right now, and we are going to get that applied. Jared has PTO installed, or getting ready to install the PTO on this transmission, and he'll get that on there, get the hydraulic pump done, and he's got a drive shaft to hook up and some other miscellaneous items yet to do on that. The windshield hasn't fallen out of the payloader yet. That's still in place. So that is a successful job that the guys were able to master. It looks like they got the oil change interval sticker on the window, and we need to get a new, well, we talked about that earlier, wiper arm. So we're shaking up the top coat, which we're using a single stage. This is just a Fleet Essentials something or other. We've used this paint before, and it's the regular red that we have used on about everything. So we'll get this mixed up, we'll shoot it on the frame, and we'll show you what things look like when we get done here. We got a mess of crap on the bench here, but that is just customary with what we have going on. So let's get this mixed up and get that frame shot, and we can get out of here. All right, we've got this all in red. And with that being said, that is gonna do it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will Catch you guys at the next one.